The text came just after I handed Mrs. Peterson her receipt. I'm leaving you and moving to Miami with my 20-year-old girlfriend. I've emptied our joint account. Haha. My hands didn't shake. My voice didn't waver. The only sign that my world had been flipped upside down was a slight tension at the corners of my eyes. Enjoy the scarf, I said, smiling as Mrs. Peterson walked out, blissfully unaware that my husband of 12 years had just detonated our marriage with a single message. I waited until the boutique was closed and the silver paper rolls were back on their shelves before typing a response. Good luck. He thought I'd break, cry, beg. Instead, I poured a glass of wine, opened the file marked just in case, and called my lawyer. It's time, I said. Understood, she replied. The papers are ready. Mark had been slipping for months. Late nights that didn't match his pay stubs, password changes on his phone, a gym obsession, and a receipt for a dinner he never had with me. So I started preparing. Opened a private account, moved my personal savings, recorded every suspicious transaction. He thought he was playing chess. He didn't realize I'd flipped the board months ago. That evening, another message buzzed in. Don't bother begging. Melissa and I leave tomorrow. I'll send for my stuff. I didn't reply. Instead, I canceled the credit card and flagged the airline tickets for fraud. By morning, the meltdown had begun. My phone buzzed with a string of texts. What the hell did you do to the credit card? The airline won't honor our tickets. The hotel canceled our reservation. I muted my phone. It was Friday, our busiest day at the boutique, and a new shipment of designer handbags had just arrived. Mark's tantrums could wait. He thought he'd humiliated me, thought I'd be curled up in bed, devastated. Instead, I was finalizing a window display while customers flooded in, many of them asking about the divorce story everyone's talking about. Mark's mother called just after lunch. Claire, dear, she began, voice brittle. Mark told us everything. Said you were cold, controlling, that you're sabotaging his travel plans. I put her on speaker as I arranged silk scarves. Did he mention draining our joint account and booking tickets for his girlfriend with our shared credit card? Silence. He said he had no choice. Barbara, I said, calm and cool, would you like me to read the messages? The one where he mocked my age? Or the one where he laughed about emptying our money? Another pause. Then a sigh. I told him that text was inappropriate. I ended the call. My lawyer called next. The emergency hearing set for Monday. Given his text and the fraud, we're in a strong position to freeze the remaining assets. Has he been served yet? Not yet. But he will be. We have their motel address. Turns out, after the tickets and hotel were canceled, they'd checked into a budget motel near the airport. Mark's personal credit cards were maxed out, something I'd noticed months ago. Another red flag he thought I'd ignored. He was unraveling, and he still had no idea what was coming. Monday came, gray and sharp. Courtroom fluorescent lights reflected off polished wood and sharper regrets. Mark arrived in designer clothes he couldn't afford, tight jeans, flashy blazer, fake confidence. Melissa trailed behind, her youth dulled by the motel lighting and reality. She didn't enter the courtroom. My lawyer was composed, surgical. She opened with the texts. Mark's cruel brag about emptying our joint account, his smirking, ha ha, his condescending notes about my age and little shop. Then came the receipts, the financial records, the frozen assets, the hotel charges. His digital footprint left trails like spilled gasoline. Mark's lawyer tried to pivot. Your Honor, my client acknowledges rash behavior, but this divorce has become vindictive. Vindictive? My lawyer echoed, lifting a brow. Or prepared? The judge skimmed the paperwork. Deed to the house, solely mine. Business registration. Started before the marriage. Finances kept separate. My boutique had never been a hobby. It had been protected, brick by careful brick. Mr. Harrison, the judge said flatly, you admitted via text to draining shared assets and using joint credit to fund a vacation with your girlfriend. Mark fidgeted. It wasn't like... And now you're claiming ownership of a business clearly documented as separate property? Mark's lawyer mumbled something about emotional investment and support. The judge barely looked up. You mean the texts mocking it as a little shop and calling it her hobby? It was over. He was ordered to repay the drained funds. All joint assets were frozen. He walked away with his car, some clothes, and a pile of court costs. Outside the courthouse, I passed him without a glance. "You destroyed me," he hissed. I stopped. "No, Mark, you destroyed yourself. I just made sure you couldn't take me. Down with you." He blinked, lost. I walked away, toward my business, my future, and the version of myself he never saw coming.